In the Ashland area, we have to deal with the nuisance that is Big Run Landfill. Our landfill is importing garbage from way up north. Like, they're getting garbage from New Jersey imported on trains. And it's not just out of state garbage, it's the fact that the garbage has decomposed over the long trip it takes from New Jersey to here on trains. It's the fact that they're also importing um, sewer sludge. This gives off a smell along one of our main roads, Route 60, and the smell has dropped, like decreased the property values of the people that are located around, like close to the landfill. It puts a strain on the local garbage companies that have to wait for them to process the out of state garbage for dumping. It also decreases the local schools' attendance, which I've experienced firsthand. I'm still in high school, and I can promise you that I've seen students actually throw up walking out of school because the smell is just so potent. And I have to say, enough is enough. The reason I bring up the local garbage companies is because my grandparents own a local, like one of the garbage companies around here. And I work there during the summer when I'm out of school. And the one thing I've noticed since I've worked there is that Big Run, the landfill, had that since they've started importing out of state garbage, the time that we spend in there takes or it has increased dramatically. What once took 10 minutes to get in, dump the garbage, and leave has more than doubled in time, taking almost 25 minutes to dump the garbage and leave. The reason dumping takes so long now is the fact that we have to deal with trucks, specialized trucks, that go and take the big containers that the out of state garbage is coming in on. They have to take it up, and there's probably 5 or 6 workers just to open the container to dump it. And the thing is, we actually can't get we actually can't dump while they're dumping because they're known to fall over. They're known to tilt over, which isn't safe for one, and two, it just puts a strain on our company. This might not seem like a big deal to the bigger companies like Allied Waste and Rumpke, the ones that are spread out over a large area. But for a small family-owned business, this extra time could is a big difference. The increase in time has resulted in us not being able to finish routes, meaning that not everyone can get their garbage picked up on the day that they're scheduled. Factor in, and during the winter, we hardly get much done. With this increased time at the landfill, we are we aren't productive as we should be, disappointing our customers and decreasing our reputation as the best local garbage company in the area. And the location of the high school is like it goes landfill, a couple hills and cliffs and stuff like that, and then high school. Where our high school is right on the other side. I've heard it when I walk out of when I exit the building after school. They open the door, and the smell is just strong enough that people groan, and I honestly hear I'm going to puke almost every day after school. The stench is affecting our school system to the point where people have been sick enough to not come to school the next day because it just hits them and you can't get rid of that smell. And that sounds far fetched, but I know personally several people that have skipped, or not skipped, missed school due to being sick. My question is, how can a landfill keep importing out-of-state garbage when it's affecting our education, forcing our attendance to drop, and keeping people from learning? The reason is greed, I believe. When for further research, I looked up the Big Run Landfill. The company owns owns and operates 7 landfills spread throughout 5 states. They also own the processing company, or the processing station, where the out-of-state garbage goes through to come here. And the problem is, they don't care how we feel, and instead they only worry about the revenue that they will make from us. This leads to my partner and his speech, his part of the speech.
Earl and I have decided to do a speech on a topic that's been highly debated in our communities by local business leaders and residents of the community and our local government and community leaders. The debate has been over Big Run Landfill and the odors that it's causing and the nuisance that it's causing to the residents in that area. The area surrounding the landfill is suffering due to a strong odor from the landfill. Personal property and businesses both are being affected. With the smell so strong in that area, it would be next to impossible to develop the area or to even have new businesses come in. I'm sure they probably, once they got there, they wouldn't be interested. It's also affecting the values of people's homes on a more personal note. And with the values of the property going down due to the odor, it makes it difficult for the owner to sell their property. And they're not going to get back what they've invested in their property, resulting in a financial loss. The location, with the location of the landfill being near the homes, it's also a nuisance with the odor coming from the trucks and the trains that are both traveling into the landfill that's hauling the refuse into that area, and it can make the area more than less than desirable. With the issue with the trains that's coming in, they'll park the trains outside of the landfill and they'll leave them there for an extended period of time. And this just causes more of an area to be bothered or nuisanced with the landfill due to the odor that's coming off the trains while they're parked. And then also, as the trains are traveling through the community to the landfill, you can smell it. So pretty much the whole area is affected by this. With the lower property values that's caused by the landfill, it can also make it difficult to obtain a mortgage for a home. If a buyer is attempting to get a loan for more than the property is actually valued at, it's going to cause problems, and the loan may not even be approved due to the fact that you're trying to get the loan for a higher amount than what the property is actually valued at, since it's went down. In a couple of ways some of these problems could be fixed is to raise the tax that is charged by the county for the imported trash. The higher tax that's charged, if you charge the higher tax to these bigger cities that's sending their trash here, they might be likely to look elsewhere to send their trash. So that's something that our county government could do to renegotiate the tax that they charge. The tax was as low as $1 a ton. It's higher now than that, but like I said before, if they raise that tax and these larger cities are having to pay more money to bring the garbage in here, then they're going to look elsewhere. So that's something that our county leaders could do. Another idea would be for the garbage company to increase the amount per month the customer pays. And this is due to either a change in landfill location where the price raise is due to higher gas charge or due to the landfill's parent company's decision to stop importing the garbage. And if the garbage is no longer imported, landfill charges would be increased to help make up the difference in the lost revenue. And if garbage companies switch landfills, the gas charge could go up due to the difference in transportation costs, because possibly you may have to take the garbage to a farther distance away, which is going to increase your cost. And these are just a couple of ideas that could help alleviate some of the problems. And overall, the landfill has become a nuisance to the community. And before the landfill opened, there was a previous landfill in the same area. And the smell from that landfill, it didn't affect the area nowhere near as bad as the one that's there now, the Big Run landfill is. And the odor is coming from the landfill. It's detrimental to the area, to the homes, to the businesses and schools. And something does need to be done to fix the problem. It's not fair for the residents of the community to have to tolerate such a nuisance in their everyday life. Big Run has recently announced plans to expand the landfill, and the community has heard this, and they're voicing their opinions and making attempts to do something about the landfill to keep it from doing this. And in order for it all to work, our community leaders and our local government's going to have to step up and help the residents. If without their help, the residents are going to have a tough time getting anything done. So hopefully, everybody can come together and come to a solution to correct this issue and make it a much better place for the residents who live in that area and make everybody happy.